こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we are studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. I'm going to continue with immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
こにゃにゃちはみんなちゃんと飯食うとるかちはみんなちゃんと
みんなちゃんと、
飯食うとるかこにゃにゃちはみんなちゃん
See, meshi, cooked rice, kutoru. So, kuteoru is how Kansai Ben says ku in continuous sense. So, and then that gets contracts to kutoru. So, continuously. Okay, so this is ku as into eating. So, continuously eating cooked rice. Has everyone been properly eating cooked rice? Is that just another way of saying has everyone been eating properly? Yeah, is everyone eating properly? Let's see. Please explain the grammar of Minachanto Meshi Kutoru Kanaka. Properly, adequately, Meshi, a noun meaning meal or rice. Oh, it can also mean meal as well as rice. Like a lot of other common words, how in Japanese, how rice can be exchanged for meal or vice versa. So, ku to eat. This is a casual, rough form of standard taberu. Is typically used in informal speech among friends, males, or in dialects. So has everyone been eating enough? Or is everyone eating properly? Let's see. Does this mean more of eating properly or eating enough? See, but in this, it usually means properly, but in this specific context of eating, this nuance strongly implies eating enough or eating correctly, not skipping meals, eating balanced food, or chewing well. It is not strictly one or the other, rather it encompasses the expected standard of behavior regarding meals properly, the manners of quality. It's just eating in a civilized or healthy way, sitting down, not rushing, eating vegetables, enough, quantity, completion. It frequently carries the implication of making sure you actually eat rather than skipping the meal or eating a negligible amount. Let's see, when an elder or friend says chanto meshi wo kue, They often express concern that the listeners are neglecting their health, skipping meals, or eating junk food. Therefore, while the literal translation is eat properly, the pragmatic meaning is often make sure you get a decent, sufficient meal. Okay. What is the implied meaning when said to little kids? When said to kids, the phrase shifts from a rough command up to a caring supervisor check. It implies, are you making sure to eat your meals properly and not just plain or skipping food? Okay. Specific nuance breakdown for children. Concern for health goal. Primary implication is eating enough to grow strong. Okay. Routine manners. It implies the correct routine. Sitting down at table using chopsticks correctly. Let's see. Tone of affectionate scolding. The rough verb ku and dialects ending toru ka sound soften the blow. Instead of a strict order, it sounds like a warm, slightly nagging reminder from a parent or grandparent or sibling. Conveys, I'm watching out for you. Okay. Group of, okay, so the rest is saying it has that all nuances, and they can't really tell if it has. In other words, it's both eating correctly and eating enough, eating healthily, everything together. So, mina chanto meshi ku toru ka. So, are you properly eating? So, are you properly eating meals? Okay, so.
こにゃにゃちはみんなちゃんと飯食うとるか。夏バテ解消法には食べるのと食うとるか。夏バテ解
See, natsu bate
消法には食べ
natsu bate suffering from the heat, summer heat fatigue. What is bite? Oh, maybe from bite. Summer's bite, aka suffering from the heat. Let's see. Origin of natsu bite. Oh, from the verb bateru, meaning to be exhausted. So summer exhaustion, bateru. To be exhausted, to be worn out. So it's written like this, okay. Let's see. The origin of Bateru itself is debated, with two primary theories. One suggests it derives from horse racing, Bata Bata Ninaru, describing a horse tripping due to fatigue, which shortened to Bateru. The other posits it evolved from is Skade Hateru, to become completely exhausted, where Hateru shifted to Bateru. See, Natsubate specifically came into common usage in Japan in the 1950s. Showa 30s, okay, a period of rapid economic growth before air conditioning was widespread in households. So Natsubate, Kaishobo, solution to a problem, method of resolving, way to relieve, example, stress. So Kai, unravel, explanation, understand, extinguish, method. So the unravel or understand, or the answer to extinguish method, or in other words, the solution. So kaishobo, natsubaite kaishobo ni wa taberu no to. So let's see, as for the solution to summer exhaustion, eat. So with eating, okay. Let's see. And translator says, one way to beat the summer heat is to eat. Why is ni used there, though? And why is ni used here? Particle ni is used to indicate the recipient or target of a specific category. Function similar to among or for, specifically marks natsu baite kaishoho, summer fatigue relief methods as the scope of the context. The sentence structure implies among the summer fatigue relief methods, there is eating something. And, so there's eating and then they're going to continue methods from there. Okay, so natsu baite kaishoho ni wa taberu no to.
みんなちゃんと飯食うとるか。夏バテ解消法には食べるのとケロちゃんに食うとるか。夏バテ解消法には食べるのとみんなちゃんと飯食うとるか。夏バテ解消法には食べるのとケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーを見て気合を。みんなちゃんと飯食うとるか。夏バテ解消法には食べるのと。
See, Kiro-chan ni omakase no corner o mite. So, and watching the corner, leave it to Kiro-chan. In other words, watching the show segment, leave it to Kiro-chan. So as for ways to deal with heat fatigue, there's eating and watching the segment, leave it to Kiro-chan.
みんなちゃんと飯食うとるか。夏バテ解消法には食べるのとケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーを見て気合を入れるんが一番や。法には食べるのとケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーを見て気合を入れ。
See, kiai. see, mind and match. 気合を入れるんが一番や。See, 気合, fighting spirit, motivation. So matching the mind or fighting spirit, motivation. See, shout for getting in the right mood to deal with something. Short shout when performing an attack, ki. So to put in, to take in, to make, okay, to accept, to include, to cast.
夏バテ解消法には食べるのとケロちゃん。
See, that's the best way to get pumped up. So wait, putting in motivation is getting pumped. Or putting in spirit is getting pumped, okay?
お任せのコーナーを見て気合を入れるん。
So, 気合を入れるんが一番や。So, put, so, so the best way to beat the summer heat is to eat well and leave it to Kyoto-chan segment to get pumped up. So putting in So we have this thing and this thing that ends in te form. Okay, te form means they either happen one after the other or together. Please explain the clause structure and what is modifying what in main clause modification. The phrase kiai o irerun, putting energy into it or doing it with spirit, is the core subject. Is the normalizer, turning the verb ireru into a noun phrase that is acting, putting energy in. Ga marks normalized act as the grammatical subject of the main sentence, okay. Ichiban ya is the predicate meaning is the best. Relative clause. Taberu noto Kira-chan ni omakase no modifies the... No, it does not modify like that. Does not modify corner. I believe Taberu no and Akira-chan ni omakase no kona o mite are supposed to be separate methods for beating the summer heat. Interpretation is grammatically possible, but likely incorrect based on specific phrase. To function. The particle to connects taberu no, the act of eating, and okay. And Kira-chan ni omakase, leave it to Kira-chan, okay. The eating has nothing to do with leave it to Kiro-chan. Okay, the sentence lists two distinct actions. Taberu no, the act of eating, and Kira-chan ni omakase no kona o mite. The act of watching or leaving it to Kira-chan to get motive. Okay, rated. Kiai o ireru, okay. So ga ichiban ya normalizer, okay. Combined concept of doing both A and B, or the choice between them, stating that this combination is the best option. Revised translation. As for cures for summer fatigue, eating and getting motivated by watching Leave It to Kida-chan Corner are the best. Now I'll explain how the clauses modify each other. Okay, the particle tool acts as a conjunction linking two noun phrases into one list. So type in no, the act of eating, and then Kira-chan ni omakase no kona o mite kiai o irerun. The act of getting motivated by watching. Okay. To modifies the relationship between A and B, declaring them to be equal items in a set. The internal modification of item A. Okay, item B is a complex chain, where each part modifies the next sequence. Kira-chan ni omakase. Okay, set. The tag formula indicates the means or sequence. By watching the corner, put energy and spirit into it. This turns the whole action into a chain into a noun. The act of watching the corner to get motivated. Oh, that's how tag form's being used. So A to B ga ichiban ya is the sentence structure. Okay, the particle ga marks the whole group. Each eating and watching the corner as a single subject is the best. Could kiai o irerun also apply to taberu no? Yes, kiai o irerun, putting energy and spirit into it, can't grammatically and logically apply to taberu no as well. Your intuition highlights a common ambiguity in Japanese coordinate structures A to B. There are two valid ways to parse this depending on whether the speaker views them as a unified mental approach or two distinct physical actions. Unified spirit and interpretation. Okay, in this reading, kiai o ireru, to psych oneself up or to do with spirit, modifies both items linked by to. The A to B ni kiai o ireru, the meaning the best cure is to approach both eating and watching the corner with full spirit or energy. Okay, so some of it, the distinct actions interpretation previous, okay. Kiai o ireru is part of the definition of method B only, while method A is a standalone. Which is more likely? ambiguous. In other words, probably a native would know which is actual the intended meaning. Could this mean getting motivated by eating and watching? Leave it to Hiro-chan. I'll save this sentence for later and study it some more. Anyway, let's continue. So 気合を入れるんが一番や。
こにゃにゃちはみんなちゃんと飯食うとるか。夏バテ解消法には食べるのとケロちゃんにお任せのコーナーを見て気合を入れるんが一番や。ほなら早速始めるからしっかり見とるんやで。
ほなら
のコーナーを見て気合を入れるんが一番や。ほなら早速始めるからしっかり。
ほならさす始めるからしっかり見とるんやで。So relax while watching. So honara, something quickly begin. So something quickly begin. Well then, honara. What is honara from? Etymology is a regional of the standard Japanese sonara. Is that from sorenara? Is honara is derived from sorenara. Let's see, sorenara. So if that is the case, sonara, a contraction, and then honara, a concept and change, a further shortening, a colloquial form used frequently in conversation, honna. See, so honara is like, so if that is the case, okay. So honara, sasoku, at once, immediately. So if that's the case, immediately begin. So, well then, we're immediately begin, so watch in a relaxing way. Let's see. Okay, the translator wants to say it's... Well then, let's get started right away, so make sure you watch closely. Closely. Oh, this is... Okay, I was thinking another word. Yeah, this is shikari. Properly, strongly, tightly. So in other words, watch well. What was that? I was thinking, what was that word? See, there's shikari and then there's... Yusuri? Yusuri? Yukuri? I see. Yukuri? Yes, Yukuri, that's what I was thinking about. Yukuri. This is shikari, okay. So, honara, sassoku, hajimeru kara, shikari, mitorun yare. So, well then, we'll begin it, since we'll begin immediately, so watch closely. So, honnara, sassoku, honnara, sassoku hajimeru kara, shikari mitorun yare.
気合を入れるんが一番や。ほなら早速始めるからしっかり見とるんやで。今回は何を紹介しようかな。
今回は何を紹介しようかな。So to introduce, so as for this time, what are we introducing? Okay, as for this time, what are we introducing this time? Something like that. See, I wonder what I should introduce this time. Konkai wa nani o shoukai shiyou kana?
Yeah! ほなら早速始めるからしっかり見とるんやで。今回は何を紹介しようかな。せや、これ今回は何を紹介しようかな。せや、これこれ。
Yeah, kore. So yeah, that's probably like that's right or something. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, isn't that from Shike? Kore or this. This and that, such and such. Oh right, this, yeah. see. And what is the origin of okay. It's a contraction of the standard Japanese sodane. Okay, so it has nothing to do with sudo. So the da becomes ya and the so becomes se, I guess. So seiya. It combines se, the Daju equivalent of so, and ya kansai copula, so seiya, and then kore kore. Standard Japanese expression used to mean this and this, or here are the key points. It is typically used when someone is listing specific items, examples, or important details. So, seiya kore kore.
なら早速始めるからしっかり見とるんやで。今回は何を紹介しようかな。せや、これこれ。友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。
友枝小学校スクール水
せや、これこれ。友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。
水着 what? Let's see, so Tomodo Elementary School. No, I don't think this is supposed to be Yubi. Yubi, let's see. Skuru Mizugi. School swimsuit. Regulation. Blue one-piece swimsuit worn by pupils in school-based swimming events. So, Skuru Mizuki. Is Mizuki a word on its own? Oh, Mizuki, bathing suit. So water and then the kanji for clothes. Mizuki, I mean bathing suit. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, Kidu, from Kidu to where, so Ki becomes a Gi. And they just dropped the Vru on this. So Mizugi, so Skuru, Mizugi, or school swimsuit. As for this word, shitei, designation specification, shitei. Okay, so Tomoe de Shogakko shitei no Skuru Mizuki ya. So Tomodo Elementary School designated as school swimsuit. Tomoeda. So Tomoeda. Let's see, this kanji comes from friend and branch. Okay. Tomoeda Shogakko shite. Yeah, shite no skuru Mizuki ya. Tomoeda Shogakko shite no skuru Mizuki ya.
せや、これこれ。 枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。これこれ。友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックス。せや、これこれ。友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。
Is he saying? I think he's saying schooloo, not schooloo.
友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。
Yeah, it's okay. It sounded like schooloo. Yeah, he doesn't pronounce it very intensely though. So, Tomoeda Gakko Shitei Skuru Mizugiya.
せや、これこれ。友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人とも友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックス。
Koniru, deep blue, navy blue. So dark blue, navy, Koniru, and then Osodo. Osodo. Osodokusun. Orthodox. See. Osodokusu. Osodokusu. Or in other words, orthodox, okay. Osodokusu. Koniru de osodokusu na design yaro. See. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. When the let's see. This is like desho, yaro. Well, technically it's more like dado, but okay, so when you use that form with copulas, it means probability. This de is just for chaining descriptors. To chain nouns, we use de, that's right. So, deep blue and orthodox. So deep blue, de, orthodox, na, and then design. And when you have more than one descriptors, if it's a certain type of descriptor, you use that for chaining. Let's see. In this phrase, how is yaro being used? It is used to express conjecture, estimation, or seek confirmation from the listener. So it's probably or isn't it? Function. It softens the statement or asks for agreement. Similar to adding right or I guess. The speaker is suggesting the design is likely navy blue and orthodox while inviting listeners to confirm or agree with the assessment. Konido de orthodokusu. Konido de orthodokusu na デザインやろう。
小学校指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人ともなかなか似合うとる。さく指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人ともなかなか。
二人ともなかなか。Let's see. Niotoru. Let's see how he says this. I think he says it as Niotoru.
友枝小学校指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人ともなかなか似合うとる。
Neo. Okay, so Niotoru. Okay.
指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人ともなかなか似合うとる。
So with these two people, why would you do volutional continuative? I think it's Futari Tomo, both of them. Considerably, I guess it's supposed to be considerably similar. Let's see. Please explain the grammar of so Futari Tomo means both of them or two of them, where the suffix tomo indicates the quantity applies to all members of the group, in this case, two people. The adverb naka-naka's context typically means quite or very or really, often used to emphasize the positive trait or degree. The verb niau, to suit, or to look good on. Note that the form of niao toru appears to be a dialectal or colloquial variation, likely Kansai dialect. See, niao is. I thought niao was similar. This is Kansai bin. So, niaoru. What? Standard Japanese equivalent. Niateiru. Or potentially. Let's see, in concept, potentially nioto shite iru. Niao, okay. In consonant dialect, the standard progressive form teiru is replaced by toru. This comes from the classical auxiliary verb oru instead of iru. Yo nuance, so niao is the evolutional form. Let's suit or try to suit. Niao. to suit to match. I know au tends to be to match, and niru tends to be to look like, oh, to look like a match, aka to suit. Okay. Niau, okay. Please show how this came to be from Tokyo, from Tokyo, then yao to suit to look good on, to express trying to or making an effort. Both dialects start in the volutional. Niao. Okay. Niao. Tokyo band adds add to sudo or plus progressive teiru. So volutional plus sudo plus teiru. So neo plus with doing suiting, trying to suit, and then toshiteiru contraction. Okay. So niao toshite suru. In casual speech, niao toru is grammatically, it adds toru directly. Okay. Okay, I think it's getting confused. Toru comes from te oru. Does that clear up the Tokyo bin equivalent? However, there's a slight structural mismatch. Neo Toru that needs addressing to find a Tokyo bin equivalent. The structure evolutional Neo plus Toru. In the standard grammar, evolutional form. Let's see. Could this be evolutional form that has had could this be a connective evolutional form? Let's see, what would a connective evolutional form look like in Tokyo Band? Niao would become Niate. No, Niao would become Nio. Hey, can you even put evolutional form in connective form? No, okay, is not a connective evolutional form. It is a contracted progressive form of an attempt, so evolutional plus attempt. So Niao connects to to suru, meaning to trying to suit. Progressive aspect. Saying that they are currently in the state of trying, you add Niao to shite iru. Kansai ben Niao to shite oru. Drop she. Why would you drop the she? See, Niao. See, the translator says it looks pretty good on both of them, okay, but does not explain why it means that. Okay, but write it down for later, okay. So, futari tomo nakanaka ni o toru.
小学校指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人ともなかなか似合うとる。さくらは泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか。校指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人ともなかなか似合うとる。さくらは
Sakura wa oyogu no. Oh, Sakura wa oyogu no ga mecha mecha umain umain ya de. So So as for Sakura, her swimming is very good. Or in other words, Sakura is very good at swimming. Mecha. Let's explain the grammar of Mecha is a concept dialect slang term meaning very or extremely. What is Mecha from? So umai is skilled or good or delicious. If you remember in Demon Slayer Mugen Train, the Fire Hashira was eating all those meals and saying umayu umayu over and over again. If you think about it, skillful and delicious sort of go together. If someone's skillful at food, their food is delicious. Okay, the term is a shortened colloquial form of mecha or mecha. The original meaning, the longer form originally meant absurd, chaotic, or messy, or unreasonable, derived from mucha, meaning excess or unreasonable. So let's see. Mecha kucha. So, mucha or absurd, unreasonable, okay. Disorderly, yeah, okay. Destroy, T. Trial, hardship, T. So over time, the meaning shifted from chaotic to simply intensifying the degree of something, evolving into very or extremely. So, okay, so Sakura wa oyogu no ga mecha umai nyande. So Sakura wa oyogu no ga mecha umai yare.
ご指定のスクール水着や。紺色でオーソドックスなデザインやろ。二人ともなかなか似合うとる。さくらは泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？なかなか似合うとる。さくらは泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？
She tot yeah, she totta ka. So that's from shite ota. Sheet tota. Wait, no, not shite, but I mean see, shiru becomes yeah, shiru would become iru. What is shiru? It's a Godon verb. So one of the few iru verbs that are not ichidan. So that becomes shiru becomes shite, and so shite ota, that gets contracted to shitota. So was continuously knowing or knew. So, okay. So did you know, I guess? Did you know that, yeah? So, shitota ka? Did you know that?
なかなか似合うとる。さくらは泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？ともよはあんまり得意やないみたいやけど。泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？ともよはあんまり得
Tomoyo wa amari
意やないみ。泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？ともよ
amari remainder tokui. Let's see. Satisfaction. So that is gain an idea. So when you gain an idea or desire, gain a desire, or aka satisfaction, acquire a desire, I guess. So tokui ya. So tomoyo wa amari tokui ya yanai. So remainder. Let's. Oh, that's right. This is like saying that you have nothing. You have the satisfaction, but nothing else. Wait, Tomoyo doesn't seem to be fond of it, though. That does not look right for the grammar. Amati with a negative usually shows the exclusion, and the exclusion is satisfactions. When you say you didn't move, kind of statement with Amati, on Madi, you're saying you didn't move that much. See, when you say you didn't move with Amati, it means you didn't move that much, but you did move. So then this would mean that if you didn't have satisfaction, okay, with Amari, it means you didn't have much satisfaction. So Tomoyo doesn't seem that satisfied. So that means that's satisfied, but not that satisfied. Okay. So Tomoyo wa amari tokui ya nai. Mitai ya kedo. So Tomoyo doesn't appear that satisfied, but so
なかなか似合うとる。さくらは泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？ともよはあんまり得意やないみたいやけど。泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？ともよ
Tomoyo wa amari tokui ya nai mitai ya kedo. So Tomoyo doesn't seem that satisfied, which does not make sense. Oh. Tomoyo doesn't seem to be very good at it, though. Is that the confusion? Oh, one strong point. So it can mean satisfaction, but it can also mean one strong point. Okay, so Sakura's very good at swimming, but Tomoyo doesn't seem that good at it. Okay, so Tomoyo amari tokui ya nai mitai ya kedo.
なかなか似合うとる。さくらは泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？友よはあんまり得意やないみたいやけど。ほんでもって男子がこれ。あんまり得意やないみたいやけど。
ほんでもって
泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？友よはあんまり得意やないみたいやけど。ほんでもって男子がこれ。
男子 OK ほんでもって男子がこれほんでYes, okay, and thereupon, let's see, Honda, okay, Honda is equivalent to Sorede. So thereupon, so after that, I guess you could say, or from that, thereupon, okay, Honda, yes, so yes after that, I guess, so yes after that, uh, uh, let's see, we have the boys, and then Kore. Oh yeah, this one, Kore. Oh, so as for what the boys have, it's this. Yes, okay, so after that, for what the boys have, it's this. Or in other words, well, yes, and this is what the boys have. Danshin, okay. Man, boy, male, okay. Yes, and then this is the guys. So, please explain the grammar of Wait, so mote goes with honde? A colloquial emphatic combination of date. Well, as explained, this date is a set expression often used as a conjunctive, but because at the beginning of the sentence or to quote or explain. So demote emphasizes. Let me make sure this is kansai ben. Okay, this is kansai ben. Honemote. Hon plus de. This This is a very demote is a very common kansai bin conjunctive particle. Standard Japanese equivalent, sore de, or soshite, and then or therefore. Connects to clauses often imply cause and effect relationship, or simply moving the story forward, and so, and it can sound slightly explanatory or emphatic, often used when describing a situation leading to a result. Interpretation, speakers, yeah, okay. Isn't Honde see the Kansai bin equivalent of sorted de wouldn't this be equivalent to Honde, let's see, sorted de motte Honde equals sorted de. Okay, yeah. So we said it's equivalent to sorted de motte. Okay. Just as the standard Japanese has sorted de and sorte wo motte, Kansai bin has honde and hore motte. New dots. Honde motte is slightly more emphatic and formal than honde. It often implies, and with that situation premise was so then taken into account, it functions similar to sore de ite or sore nanoni. Yeah, and so with that, the board. Okay, so speaker uses honde motte to strongly link the previous context. Is motte a descriptor on Danchi? It functions as a conjunctive adverb. This sentence is showing a picture of what the boys have for a swimsuit. Does this clarify the meaning? In this scenario, hon is almost certainly not book. It is shortened form of homa. What? No, isn't this honde? So let's see, demo. So with that, okay. Honma, hon. Okay, really, actually, in fast kansai, honma is clip to hone. Demote, and so with that, but then, danshi ga kore. This, the boy has to wear this. Okay, full. Yeah, actually, and so, look at what the boy has for a swimsuit, or yeah, actually, and so what the boy has. White. How does demote mean with that, or and so? Hmm. In this context, demo is not the standard, but instead it is a TIFF form of the copula. It's always what it is in demo. De with a particle mo, yes. Adds emphasis. Wait, you can't be both demo and motsu. Mot okay, motsu to hold to carry. Holding and carrying. Abstract meaning when used as a conjunction, ota means with that, by means of that. Okay, how they combine. Put together honde mote, so but with that. Oh, so they took demo and mote and combined it in demote. Hmm. So it means something like uh yes, with that here's the boys. Something like that, okay. So, honde motte, dancing ga kore.
泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？友よはあんまり得意やないみたいやけど。ほんでもって男子がこれ。やったねケロちゃんチェック。ほんでもって男子がこれ。
Yattare kira-chan check. Let's see, yattare. Please explain the grammar of this yattare verb. If it was from yaru to do, why would they say it as tare though? Let's see, yattare. This is a dialect or emphatic form of yatta. Past tense of yaru meaning did it, or great. The suffix red adds emphasis or a casual energetic tone, similar to saying did it or woohoo in spirited way. Okay, so yatta, in other words, I did it, but this is to sound more emphatic. Yattare, so I did it. Kira-chan check. Chekku. Kira-chan chekku. Wait, a translator says go for it. Kira-chan chekku. Hmm.
Ah? 友よはあんまり得意やないみたいやけど。ほんでもって男子がこれ。
Yattare Kira-chan chekku.
やったねケロちゃんチェック。泳ぐのがめっちゃうまいんやで。知っとったか？友よはあんまり得意やないみたいやけど。ほんでもって男子がこれ。やったねケロちゃんチェック。臨海学校の時の服装や。ショート。やったねケロちゃんチェック。臨海学校
Rinkai Gakko no Toki no
の時の服装や。
Fukusoya. Let's see. Seaside school. Okay, so when they do the school beach trip, Fukuso, attire, dress, clothes, clothing, costume. That's what Fuku is, clothes. Oh, Fuku is the clothes themselves. This is like attire, as in like what clothes are picked. So, difference between Fuku and Fukuso. Fuku refers to the physical garments themselves, such as shirts or pants. Okay, in contrast, Fukuso refers to the overall outfit attire or the ensemble, emphasizing the combination of clothes, accessories. Yeah, Fukuso. Rinkai Gakko no Toki no Fukusoya. So, this is the attire when doing the school beach trip.
ほんでもって男子がこれ。やったねケロちゃんチェック。 臨海学校の時の服装やショートパンツに半袖のシャツ。臨海学校の時の服装やショートパンツに半袖のみたいやけど、ほんでもって男子がこれ。やったねケロちゃん、チェック。臨海学校の時の服装やショートパンツ。
ショートパンツに something のシャツ。
に半袖のシャツ。
パンツにシャツ。半袖。short sleeves. ショートパンツに半袖のシャツ。So short pants and short sleeves. So let's see, that's the kanji for half. That's the kanji for sleeve. So it's literally half a sleeve is a short sleeve. And this is using ni like this is a way of listing several things together. They use ni instead of like and because it's sort of like saying a short pants with a short sleeve shirt instead of saying short pants and short sleeve shirt. Short sleeve shirt, yeah. So ショートパンツに半袖ショートパンツに半袖のシャツ。
チェック。臨海学校の時の服装やショートパンツに半袖のシャツ。男子の方はパーカータイプ。
男子の方はパーカータイプ。So parka type or hooded sweatshirt. Type shirt, so hooded sweatshirt. 男子の方 so in the direction of the boys, or in other words, the boys have is a Parker sweatshirt. 男子の方はパーカータイプ so parka or hooded sweatshirt. The boys version is hooded style.
臨海学校の時の服装やショートパンツに半袖のシャツ。男子の方はパーカータイプ。なんで小僧が一緒におるんや。のシャツ。男子の方はパーカータイプ。なんで小僧が一緒に。
なんでsomething が一緒におるんや。So, なんで小僧 So, either translated as brat or young Buddhist monk. I think the pun is intended since he could technically be both. So for some reason, the brat exists together. So in other words, for some reason, this brat is together with her, or let's see what's a better way of saying it. Let's see. So, well, why is this kid hanging out with them? I guess another way of translating it, kid. So, oh, nande kozo. So, oh, nande kozo ga isho ni oru nya.
この時の服装やショートパンツに半袖のシャツ、男子の方はパーカータイプ。お、なんで小僧が一緒におるんや。あー、さくら楽しそうやったな。
Sakura, tanashi yatta na. So, Sakura looks like she had a lot of fun. Sakura tanoshi yatta na.
なんで小僧が一緒におるんや。あー、さくら楽しそうやったな。わいも海行きたかったわ。
Wai mo umi ikitakata wa. I also wanted to go to the beach.
なんで小僧が一緒
Kozo, yeah, kozo.
におるんや。あー、さくら楽しそうやったな。わいも海行きたかったわ。なんで小僧が一緒におるんや。あー、さくら楽しそうやったな。わいも海行きたかった。
Yeah, wai mo umi ikitakata wa. Yeah, I also wanted to go to the beach.
なんで小僧が一緒におるんや。あー、さくら楽しそうやったな。わいも海行きたかったわ。今度は絶対ついてったるで。な、わいも海行きたかったわ。今度は絶対。
Kondo wa zettai. 今度は絶対ついてたるで。sweet okay. sweet So 今度は絶対ついてたるで。Absolutely. Let's see, taru. I think that might be a concept band thing. I think it's from Yaru and please explain the grammar of suite iku. To follow along, so attach and to go is to follow along. Suite iku, taru. Dialect contraction of iru daro. No, I don't think so. This is kansai ben. Please answer in English. Let's see. So that implies there's a tete there. What would cause a sui tete? Oh, sui te ite. Sui te ite. Sui te ite. Yeah, so oh, there's a su there, so it's ite, which is from iku. So iku becomes ite. So suite ite yaru becomes suite itaru, and then the e would be dropped off, which would make sweet tetaru, sweet tetaru. Oh yes, okay, yes. Contraction of te yaru, as I was thinking. Yes, okay. So suite iku plus yaru. So suite ite yaru makes suite ite yaru. So suite itaru, yeah, which contracts even further. While te yaru literally means to do for someone, in this context, it expresses a strong volition or promise. It to do for someone in this context, okay. It has no, so I'll make sure to. I'm going to do this. It sounds more active, confident, and friendly than the standard suiteiku. It implies that I've got your back or counter me. So in other words, you're basically saying I'll make sure to do this. It's sort of like a promise, even though you're not actually making a promise. Well, technically you are making a promise that you're going to go with them next time. So, kondo wa zettai sui tetaru de. So next time I will absolutely go with her. Or more literally, next time, absolutely attach, go, do.
さくら楽しそうやったな。わいも海行きたかったわ。今度は絶対ついてったるで。わいも海行きたかったわ。今度は絶対ついてったるで。ほいでみんなにわい
Let's listen to that pronunciation.
わいも海行きたかったわ。今度は絶対ついてったるで。行きたかったわ。今度は絶対ついてったるで。わいも海行きたかったわ。今度は絶対ついてったるで。ほいでみんなにわいのナイスな泳ぎを見したる。ついてったるで。ほいでみんなにわいのナイスな泳ぎ。
See, ほいでみんなにわいもナイスな水着を見したら、見せたる. So taru comes from Mishitaru. Let's see, there's miru, mieru, and there's miseru. Miru, mieru, and miseru. But that wouldn't be going to she, though. Please explain the grammar of So then I'll show everyone my nice swimming. Watch me show off my great swimming to everyone. Hoide. Hoide is the conjunctive particle used to connect sentence clauses similar to soide or soshi, soshite, meaning and then. With that, okay, it is an indication. It indicates a sequence of events. It's a casual, often used in storytelling. Okay, mina ni. Everyone. Ni particle indicating target recipient. Okay, why mo? Why no? No. Okay, my. Okay, nice suna from nice. Okay. Mishitaru. This is the most grammatically complex part of the sentence, combining two distinct grammatical elements. Miseru, the causative volutional verb meaning to show. Is that really considered a causative volutional? I thought it was considered its own verb. Because causative volutional would be misaseru. Because misaseru and miseru have a different nuance. Anyway, let's see. Miseru and teyaru. So misete yaru. I will show Kansai dialect. In Kansai dialect, teyaru becomes taru, okay? Mise. Note, the E sound is misete, often drops and merges in rapid casual speech, leading to mishitaru. Okay, so when they did the contraction of misete yaru to the teyaru to taru, they also changed the said she, so mishitaru. Teyaru form can imply doing something for someone else's benefit, but in this context, it often carries a nuance of showing off or proving oneself. Yeah, you like saying you're going to show your swimsuit off to others for their benefit, aka your show. That's not really doing anything for the benefit. You're just showing off to people. Showing off, proving oneself, or doing something with confidence and flair. Okay. The the causative of miru is mi saseru. Isn't this its own word? Mi seru? You are absolutely correct. There is a crucial distinction here that clarifies the grammar of the previous sentence. Miseru is not the causative of miru. It is a distinct independent verb meaning to show. Miseru, this is a transitive verb that exists on its own. It is historically related to miru as a potential or causative like derivation in Old Japanese, but in modern grammar is treated as a separate dictionary entry, not a conjugated form you build on the fly. There is no causative meaning making someone see involved in mishitaru construction itself. The meaning is simply the volitional act of showing something to someone else with confidence or as a favor. See, miru, intransitive, transitive, causative misaseru to make see, miseru to show, transitive. The causative of miseru okay, yeah, so show, to do showing essentially. So miseru, so misete, yaru became mishitaru. Okay, so oide. Okay, let's see. So what is oide from? Oide originates from the Kanto dialect, specifically Osaka and the surrounding areas. It's a contraction of sorede or sorekara. Sorede, soreide, oide. How is this different than honde? I think that's correct. Honde? Oh, it's right. Yeah, honde. Oh, konnichiwa, Wild Arms 420, Genki desu ka? Oide and hoinde are extremely similar and often interchangeably in casual constant speech, but there is a subtle difference in origin, nuance, and frequency. Both words function as a conjunction meaning and then or with that, equivalent to the standard sorede. Honde, the standard and most common form in consonant dialect, it is the direct phonetic corruption of sorede. Hoide, a variation of honde, it carries the exact same logical meaning, but often feels slightly more emphatic or energetic or rougher. Interchange, but in 90% of casual conversations, you can swap them out without changing the meaning. If you say hoide instead of honde, locals will understand you perfectly. The storyteller vibe. Hoide is frequently used by comedians or storytellers to punch up a transition. It adds a bit more pizzazz to the sentence. Honde, he said. Or neutral narration versus hoide. He suddenly shouted. Dramatic effect. Questions. Okay, honde, and then, wait, is the standard way to prompt someone to continue the story. In hoide is used, but sounds slightly more impatient or eager. Think of Honda as the standard and then in Osaka, while Hoide is slightly more energetic, emphatic, and dramatic version of the same word, both derived from Sorede. But Hoide adds a splash of extra Kansai flavor and intensity. So Hoide, Mina ni waimo naisuna mizugi o mishitaru. So from there, I'll show everyone my nice swimsuit.
さくら楽しそうやったな。わいも海行きたかったわ。今度は絶対ついてったるで。ほいでみんなにわいのナイスな泳ぎを見したる。期待しててや。ほなな。
Kitai, expectation, anticipation, hope. Period, time, date, term, weight depend on. So for a period of time you wait, in aka you have expectation, anticipation. Kitai. So kitai shitete ya. So to be doing waiting or to be anticipating. So be looking forward to it or be anticipating it. And this te on the end, it just implies that there could be more said, but they don't bother saying it. So honana, so well bye. Well then bye. So kitai shitete ya honana.
ついてったるで。ほいでみんなにわいのナイスな泳ぎを見したる。期待しててや。ほなな。ゆきとさんと夏祭りに行くんだ。
Yukito-san to Natsu. Natsu Matsuri. Oh, festival Matsuri. Summer festival. Natsu Matsuri. Is Matsuru a Matsuru to deify, to enshrine, to pray to worship? I guess Matsuri got the meaning of festival since a lot of these festivals were about related to deities. So Yukito-san to Natsu Matsuri ni ikunda. So I get to go to the summer festival. I'm going to the summer festival with Yukito-san. Yukito-san to Natsu Matsuri ni ikunda.
ゆきとさんと夏祭りに行くんだ。もう幸せ。
I'm so happy. Mo shiawase. Wait. Yeah, mo shiawase, yeah. Or in other words, I'm extremely excited. Or overflowed already, mo means like already, but it's like, think of it like already overflowing with happiness. So mo shiawase.
ゆきとさんと夏祭りに行くんだ。もう幸せ。浴衣どっちを着ていこうかな。もう幸せ。浴衣
どっちを着て行こうかな。Oh, dokchi is dochita, that's right. Dochita, dokchi. Yeah, dokchi o kite iko. Yukata. Light cotton kimono yukata. So, bathe, be favored with, bask in, garment, clothes, dressing. Okay, I'm guessing since this is the summer kimono you wear in summer, it's not designed to be as warm, hence it has the association with the like a bathing kimono, which I guess would be also a lighter kimono. So yukata. So bathing garment, or in other words, a light kimono. So yukata dochi o kite iko kana. Kiru to it. So so which yukata? I wonder which yukata I should go in. See, dochi is considered a pronoun. Which way? So as for the yukata, let's see. Wear which and go, okay. So wear which, okay, yeah, so yukata dochi o kite iko kana.
祭りに行くんだ。もう幸せ。浴衣どっちを着ていこうかな。ほえ、素敵な光がいっぱい。行こうかな。
ほえ、素敵な左がいっぱいokay. So like, so wow, the wonderful lights are completely at, in this case I guess they mean completely beautiful. Hikari, so hoe, 素敵な光がいっぱい. So much beautiful light. In this does ipai mean there are a lot of wonderful lights, or that the wonderful lights are completely beautiful. So the woody pie means there are a lot of wonderful lights. Okay, it indicates the quantity or abundance, translates to full or filled with. It does not describe the aesthetic quality or beauty of the lights themselves, which is already conveyed by the word steki. So it's filled with beautiful lights. So hoe steki na hikari ga ippai.
もう幸せ。浴衣どっちを着ていこうかな。ほ素敵な光がいっぱい。でもこれってひょっとして。
でも、これってひよって、はい、ひょっとして、でも、これってひょっとして。So, but as for this, Hyoto. What is Hyoto? Possible, perhaps unintentionally, accidentally. So could it be doing perhaps, or so in other words, could it possibly be demo korete hyoto shite? But could this possibly be demo korete hyoto shite?
行こうかな。素敵な光がいっぱい。でもこれってひょっとして。カードキャプターさくら。さくらとゆきとと夏祭り。
Sakura to Yukito to Natsu Matsuri. Sakura to Yukito to Natsu Matsuri.
カードキャプターさくら。さくらとゆきとと夏祭り。次回も。ひょっとして。カードキャプターさくら。さくらとゆきとと夏祭り。次回もさくらと一緒に。レディース。
はい。次回も桜と一緒にリリース。So the next release with Sakura, or next time the release with Sakura, or watch the next release with Sakura. So 次回も桜と一緒にリリース。
カードキャプターさくら。さくらとゆきとと夏祭り。次回もさくらと一緒に。レディース。でひょっとして。カードキャプターさくら。さくらとゆきとと夏祭り。次回もさくらと一緒に。レディース。
質問がありますか? Are there any questions? And if there's not, we're going to raid, so please stick around for that. Okay, let's try to find someone who has rating turned on. Okay. Let's see. Let's look for raid 2. Here we go. Okay, so raid 2 is going to go to Kira Melru, who speaks Japanese and is learning English. Okay, let's see, that third raid's going to go to okay, here we go. The first raid is going to go to White Mage Chiyu, who's making a visual novel right now. Okay, and the third raid is going to go to Okay, we're gonna raid Raw Phil, who's playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync. Okay, so 皆さんお気をつけて、また明日. Goodbye everyone, see you tomorrow.